Hello, my name's Jennifer Spargo. There's nothing better than presenting somebody you love with a beautifully decorated cake. So today I'm going to show you how to make buttercream roses. It's not very hard, but decorating cakes is an art, so anybody can learn it. So first thing I'd like to go over is there's different types of icing, and consistency is very important. If you don't have the right icing consistency, you won't be able to make your decorations. And the reason why is if you want something like these roses that can stand on their own on a cake, you need an icing that's stiff enough. So you have stiff consistency, medium, and what they call thin that they use for more like leaves and that sort of thing. But anyway, I went ahead and took the liberty of going ahead and coloring a little bit of icing. You can buy this icing ready-made. It's made by Wilton. You can get it in Walmart or anywhere they have cake decorating supplies. It comes in a bucket like this, or you can even get it in a smaller one like, the icing Duncan Hines or something. But anyway, you're going to need a flower nail like this. You're going to need the icing. And then we also have two different tips that we use. There is tip number 104, which is the actual rose tip. It's slotted. And then we have the tip that we'll use to make the base, which is just a round tip. First thing that you're going to want to do is burp your bag, and what that means is make sure there's no air pockets in the icing in here, because if there is and you're in the middle of squeezing out a decoration, what's going to happen is it's going to blow out the air and it's going to mess up your whole decoration. So you're also going to need these little squares of, you can just use normal wax paper. You take this, put your little dot of icing on there like so. This holds your wax paper in place because you got to have a way to get the decoration off once you make it. The first thing you're going to do is the base, and the base is kind of cone shaped. So you start, and you want to make it about the size of maybe a nickel at the most. So you start and you hold it and you squeeze until it gets to that size, and then you slowly come up, release and pull up, and then you have your little cone base. Once you do that, you change to the rose tip. Squeeze your icing down, twist your bag so that you make a little tight part to hold in your palm. Now this tip is narrow at the top and wider at the bottom. You want the narrow side up. We're going to make the center of the rose. So you hold it kind of at an 11 o'clock position. You squeeze steadily and you turn it in your fingers like so. Come down, and then you have your center. Once you've done that, then you're going to twist the bag. Make sure your tip stays clean. Hold it at more of a 12 o'clock position, and we're going to make our first 3 petals. So you can start anywhere, kind of let it touch in there just a little. Make sure it touches all the way around. You don't want your petals to come away from it. And it's an up and down position, up and down motion. The next set of petals is going to have 5 petals. This time you want to hold it at more of a 1 o'clock position. Start in the center. 1, 2, air bubble. 3, 4, and 5. The next set is your bottom row, and it's going to have 7 petals. You want about a 2 o'clock position on that. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you're finished, there is your completed rose. It's very simple to do. And after this sets up for a little while, it will harden and you will be able to work with it. And then you have these little special scissors they also make to lift it away from your nail. Then you can just wipe it clean, put a new dot on, start over again. One thing to keep in mind, my icing was starting to get a little soft. And what happens is the heat from your hands can make this icing get soft and a little too mushy and it won't set up properly. When that starts to happen, you can just take it, put it in your refrigerator for a few minutes and walk away, come back, and it'll stiffen back up again so that you can work with it. So that's all I have for you today. That's how you make buttercream roses. It's really simple and it's a lot of fun. So everybody go home and learn how to decorate a cake.